The voice of the blockchain here. Satoshi's big cousin, cryptography's finest. Champagne Crypto. Thanks for tuning in. This is our second live stream of the day. This will be a general self-improvement chat. Today we're going to be talking about strength goals, have an open discussion, general crypto diet and exercise chat. If you've been tuning in, I started doing these second live streams every Friday. Last Friday we took a break, so we're going to go ahead and make up last Friday's live stream with today on Monday. As the markets are down, I find it important to find other ways to get stronger and focus on general self-improvement as the markets go down. And even when the markets go up out there, I found an alternative frequency that we all share here as crypto maniac boomers, alternative economies, alternative politics, alternative diet and exercise, and general self-improvement. We want to get better. These alternatives are ways to improve on the system. And apparently we've been lied to out there, even when it comes to fiat currency and a lot of the mainstream media out there. So today we're going to be talking about how to get stronger, okay, and general strength goals as the rest of the boomers tune into this live chat. Indeed, I need you touching all the buttons, the like, the subscribe, the post notification bell, the ding ding out there. Stay tuned in to the good general self-improvement word that we spread here once a week, usually on Fridays. And today it's Monday. We're just making up last Friday's live stream, and we'll be doing another live stream this Friday. This is an open discussion. Today I want to go ahead and share with you guys my personal strength goals, let you guys know what I think, and then you guys can go ahead and share your goals out there as well. I'll give it a few seconds here for the boomers to tune in out there. Live stream health is in green out there. We have 9 watching. Drop a comment here below. Let me know if you're tuned in, if you hear champagne loud and clear. Again, this is a general self-improvement chat. We'll be talking about everything from crypto, diet, exercise, and more. We'll have an open discussion. In particular, I want to share with you guys my strength goals. So I let you guys know that I started a keto diet, a ketogenic diet, somewhere around July. Lost about 20 pounds out there. We're sharing with you guys about healthy eating or whatnot, the value of eating high fats and low carbs out there, stripping out the carbs. So I completely lost most of the fat and got stronger out there. Keto gains I've shared with you guys, some keto products that I have linked down below or whatnot. Now I'm no longer doing the keto program. Now I'm upping the carbohydrate intake because I've met a weight that I'm happy with, and I kind of plateaued on the keto program. I think if you want to go ahead and get even stronger, at some point you're gonna have to have some carbohydrates. Good morning out there to Revolutionist. He says, yo champ, I was at the gym at 7 a.m. and my goals are just to stay healthy. Indeed, indeed. Shout out to you, Revolutionist, one of our high-ranking officials out of the United Kingdom, the Cardano bull out there. And he's an intermediate lifter. He's been letting us know that he's lifting hard, and he's been recommending tire flipping to Champagne. And I'll tell you, Revolutionist, the first time, or the next time, excuse me, that I come across a tire, I'm going to go ahead and flip it and let you know if it's more exhausting than doing deadlifts. I'm excited to do the tire flipping. It's just my gym doesn't have it. So, you know, I'm going to go ahead and, you know, it's been some time since I flipped a tire. It is what it is. Koran says, I need carbs for crypto power. Indeed, I've been upping my carbs. You know, I let you guys know I was following the ketogenic diet. I let you guys all know all about it. It's been great. I have nothing bad to say about it. And I met the goal, the weight goal that I wanted, but as far as gaining more strength, I kind of plateaued out there. D-Rock says, old lady is killing it on the 5x5, staying healthy and getting stronger. Congratulations out there, D-Rock. I know you had been asking if females can do a general powerlifting program or a strength training program, and I think it's all good. Again, the stronger you get, the longer you're gonna live, and it comes to a point, for old people out there, let's say, you could do all the running and cardio that you want, but if you want to go ahead and increase your longevity, you have to get strong. You have to have strong muscles out there. So I think this is something that both males and females can benefit from. Dr. D says, Champagne, what's your thoughts on the Bitcoin Cash Satoshi vision? I shared my thoughts on Bitcoin Cash Satoshi vision in my last live stream. This is our second live stream of the day when we're talking about other things aside from crypto, just more about diet, exercise, and strength goals. But this is the crypto channel, so you're not far off for asking that question. I don't care about Bitcoin Cash, Satoshi vision, or about the ABC. I'm not into it. The cattiness, the fighting. out there. You know, to me, there's Bitcoin, and then you got Bitcoin Cash, which is apparently like a knockoff. Now, is it truer to Satoshi's vision than the current Bitcoin? I don't know, you know, and what I don't like is the fighting back and forth. So I really don't care, and I don't stay tuned into it out there, Dr. D. It's more bits and more bits and more kabooms for me. Let me drop a bomb for that. Indeed. Derek McLean says, I saw my friends yesterday and they said I look bigger and more muscular. I was surprised. Okay, there you go. I mean, that's the way I'm feeling too, you know. And we'll be talking about goals because I think that not only, you know, is the goal to get stronger, but, you know, when you set goals out there, it's important to have specific goals. You know, a goal of being stronger it's more of a general goal. But what's the specific goals? And I want to share with you guys my specific strength goals. I have goals that I've, you know, I want to reach by next year, sometime next year. And I've been, you know, trying to achieve those goals ever since I started the Strong Lift 5x5 program, which I have recommended to you guys. It's linked down below, stronglifts.com. I don't know anybody out there at stronglifts.com, and the program's absolutely free. It's right there on the website. You don't even need to put your email address. You could read everything on the website. D-Rock is sharing with us that he's been doing it with his girlfriend, I believe, and that they're getting stronger. He says that his friends are telling him he looks more muscular and bigger. He's surprised. So congratulations to you, Derek. I'm glad that, you know, at least one of the boomers is following it. Revolutionist says, do 20 times huge tire flips 3 times and you'll feel it. It's more for core strength. Yeah, and I don't doubt it, Revolutionist. I don't doubt it out there. Right now, I'm just hooked on these deadlifts out there. I'll tell you, I mean, you see this graphic that I have shared. Larry Wheels is a major inspiration. Here's a 23-year-old power lifter, and you can see he's pulling weight like no other. His goal, I think, is to do 1,000-pound deadlift, if I'm not mistaken. So let's talk about these strength goals and Champagne's personal strength goals. My goals out there as far as the strength, and it's specific to numbers. I got the goals of what I like to call the 1, 2, 3, 4, and you've seen this maybe floating around some fitness forums. 1, 2, 3, 4 goals, and what does that exactly mean? Let me explain. 1 plate on the overhead press. Okay, standing overhead press, so pressing the barbell over your head. Okay, not push press. You'll see people do the push press and they bend their knees and then they like kind of jump up as they're pushing the weight over their head. Overhead press, you have to have your knees locked. You're not gonna use your legs. It's all in your arms. So with the overhead press, my goal is a 1 plate. Now, actually, I reached that goal today. 1 rep max. Actually, I did 1 rep, and I don't really usually share you know, the weights that I'm doing because you shouldn't be comparing yourself to Champagne. You should be comparing yourself to the man you were yesterday. So don't worry about what I lift, but I'm just sharing with you my personal goal. So that 1 on the overhead press is that 1, 2, 3, 4. So the 1 is overhead press. That's 135 pounds. I would like to do that for reps. So today, you know, I actually banged it out for 1 good rep solid without, you know, with perfect form. And I probably could have done more, but then I repped out with a little less out there. Derek says, I don't do the strongest because I go to Planet Fitness and it's trash gym, but I do lift heavy and do some cardios and watch what I eat. Okay. Shout out to you. I mean, you know, these mainstream gyms, they don't have like deadlift platforms, and some don't even have squat racks. And I go to a mainstream gym, they only have 1 squat rack and they don't have a deadlift platform. So I got to do deadlifts in front of the squat rack or in front of the bench. So, you know, it is what it is. Out of the 1, 2, 3, the 2 is for bench press. So my goal is 2 plates on the bench press. I've already hit that, but I want to do more reps. I want to do anywhere from 5 to 10 reps on the bench press. Okay. The 3 is for squats, 3 plates on the squats. And when I mean 3 plates, I mean on each side. So 1 plate on each side for the overhead, 2 plates on each side for the bench press, 3 plates on each side for the squat out there. And that one I haven't hit just yet. And then finally, the 4 is for deadlifts, 4 plates on each side for the deadlifts. And that one I haven't reached as well. So according to a lot of the forums that I frequent, and you know, I'm not a personal trainer or a nutritionist, I'm just a crypto maniac looking to get stronger. That's a good standard for intermediate lifter, the 1, 2, 3, 4 standard. So apparently, if you want to call yourself an intermediate lifter and have, you know, intermediate strength, you should be hitting 1, 2, 3, 4, 1 plate overhead, 2 plates bench press, 3 plate squat, 4 plate deadlift. And when I say plates, those are 45-pound plates. You could see him here, 45-pound plates. So this guy has a bunch of plates, and Larry Wheels is booming like no other. And that's what it is. Derek says, I don't do the strong lift. We just said that. D-Rock says, we travel a lot, full-time RV life. We use the anytime 24-hour gyms. Old lady always does cardio, but she's burning more calories with the 5x5 full gym equipment and anytime. And yeah, you know, a lot of girls, they're kind of put off by lifting weights because they think that their, you know, their breasts are going to get smaller and they're going to, you know, get a bigger upper body. But, you know, I doubt it. I think, you know, most women could benefit from strength training and lifting heavier weights out there. I don't think they're gonna look like a man or anything. Hans says Winstrol worked best for me, says Hans. Now listen, you know, even with the Winstrol or not, you still got to show up and do the work out there. So it is what it is. Revolutionist says, I train my biceps and triceps using a cable machine, lifting the whole rack, but my strongest part is my neck. And I'm glad that you put that, you mentioned that, the whole neck. I've been doing actually neck curls, where you put some weight on your forehead and you curl. It looks kind of funny out there. You know, people may look at you funny, but you know, if you see people with big necks, when you see them from the front or the back, they just look more jacked, for lack of a better word. So if you want to look bigger, if you can increase your neck size, that's definitely something you may want to consider. Derek McLean says you should be squatting more than you deadlift. I don't think so, actually. I think most people squat. They could deadlift more than they can squat. I deadlift more than I squat. So that's what it is. So you looked at it, and most people do deadlift about the same that they squat, but sometimes I think the deadlift passes the squat. Mike Pfeiffer says, hell yeah, champ. You're the one that got me into doing legs again. I'm the strongest I've ever been. Wish I could send a pic of my garage gym. Loving having a gym here, showing my kids it's a lifestyle. Kaboom to you. Let me throw a bomb for you. And congratulations out there, Mike Pfeiffer. I wish I had a garage that I can put my squat rack in there and avoid, you know, waiting for the squat rack in the little funny bunny gym that I go to. You know, so you know, shout out to you. And, you know, I talk about the importance of doing legs. I do legs at least 3 times a week, and I always start off with squats. If you guys want to get strong out there, you got to squat. Okay, you got to squat. You got to do compound exercises, full body motions. Squats not only hits your legs, but when you start putting heavy weight on the bar, it's a complete core exercise. You got to brace your entire core, and you have all the weight sitting on your back. So it's something that affects your entire kinetic chain. For home exercises, kettlebells are great, and you can use them for most muscles. Yeah, that definitely, I've seen that, Revolutionist. I've seen people doing the kettlebell exercises. I've never personally used them, but from what I've seen, they're boomers. And I believe you can lift heavy with kettlebells as well. So shout out to that. And congratulations once again on Mike. I'm glad that you're doing legs out there. And for you guys that don't know, legs, okay? Legs, when you do legs, you release a lot more growth hormones. If you want to get even stronger in your bench press, you better start doing legs out there. Legs is the biggest muscle in your body, and you know, you're going to be activating it. And you'll get stronger on all your lifts out there if you do legs. Women need bone density, and weight training builds it. Indeed, that's why I said that I think women can benefit from weight training. I think the cardio thing, you know, listen, cardio is great. I don't think that you should sleep on cardio, but I think cardio is overestimated out there. People need to also don't forget about heavy lifting out there. Shrugs, says Batman. Deadlift is the biggest lift, says Batman. If you want big arms, squat. You know, someone said that, Derek said that you should be squatting more than you deadlift. I don't know. I think most power lifters that I follow, they deadlift more than they squat. Some have about the same squat and deadlifts, but me personally, you know, I have more leverage with the deadlift than I do the squat. I do them both. You know, and that's what it is. So, you know, today deadlift, you know, I hit a rep PR. So, you know, on the road to 4 plates, if you're just tuning in, we're talking about strength goals, and my personal goals are 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, 1 plate overhead, 2 plates bench press, 3 plate deadlift, 4 plate squat. Let you guys know that I already hit that goal on the overhead press, but for just a week 1 rep max. The bench press as well, I have the 2 plates already, but I'm trying to rep out. I'm still trying to chase that goal for the squats and the deadlifts. And that's because, to be honest with you guys, until recently, my legs were weak. Like many others, when I was younger, I would focus on the bench. I think most of the high school boomers and the young 20-year-olds or whatnot, everybody wants their bench and their, you know, shoulders and chest to look good. I think that's if you're going into the gym, it's probably one of the first workouts that you're attracted to is the bench press. And that's all good. So, you know, I was, you know, back in the days, I would train a lot of chest. So, you know, I hit my chest goals a lot faster than I have with my legs. Most people skip legs out there. So it wasn't until recently that I started really training legs. I mean, I've trained legs in the past, but now I'm booming with 3 days a week on squats, heavy weights out there. And I've benefited like no other. I'm trying to get these quadzillas up, guys. Shout out to CryptoZilla. D-Rock says, women, squats and deadlifts are the only things keeping me from losing my mind in this current crypto market and a few beers. I can feel you out there, D-Rock. I'll tell you, you know, staying focused on lifting is something that keeps me more in tune. I'll tell you that much. You know, when you get disciplined, you get the app out there, the Strong Lift app, and you can track your progress or whatnot. You know, it holds you accountable, and you can see the linear progression there on the app when it comes to the weight that you're putting on the bar. And it keeps you sane. And I agree with you out there, D-Rock. You know, if you want to be a stronger man, you actually got to lift stronger first in the gym. And, you know, I can see if you can change things in the physical world, then your mental starts to change as well, and vice versa. And that's what it is. Karan says, the only deadlift I do is with my crypto bags out there. Well, we invite you out there, Karan, to start, you know, working out there. It'll make you a better boomer all around. You want to have a strong hand when you deal with crypto, then you need to have a strong hands when you handle the weights out there, Karan. Don't be looking like Vitalik out there. I don't want you looking anorexic out there. I don't need any skinny, frail little funny bunnies here in the population. Will snipe you out. And nor do I need any fat boys out there playing PS4 till 3 in the morning out there. You know, shout out to my gamers out there, but so many people are wasting time eating Cheetos, playing, you know, Red Dead Redemption till 3 o'clock. And what you need to do is go to sleep early. I've said this in some of my prior live streams. One of the things that I found that really helped me self-improve is go to bed early. Champagne used to be a nighttime lurker, drinking alcohol like a maniac, staying up late night. And I'll tell you guys, there's nothing good out there late night for you unless you're trying to make money. I would suggest you guys go to bed early, wake up early, and start lifting early as well. My gym is 2 years in the making. Finally got me an AC unit for the Phoenix, Arizona summers. But I always thought doing legs was a waste. I wanted to look better, but it's made a huge difference. Listen, Mike, never sleep on legs. And I'm glad that you came to realize that. You're going to increase your bench. You're going to increase all your lifts if you start doing more legs. It's the bottom line. That's like the core, the pillar of strength training starts with squats. And then soon thereafter is deadlifts, which is basically a reverse squat. If you really, you know, check out the mechanics. Champ, who do you think will win between Tyson, Fury, and Wilder? I'm going to be honest. I'm not familiar with those names. Tyson Fury. I don't know if you're talking about Mike Tyson. Maybe someone else, Tyson Fury. Maybe I'm just not tuned into those fighters out there. I don't know if there's boxers. I follow more MMA. Out there. So, you know, maybe that one's over my head, Revolutions. I don't want to act like I know something when I don't. Derek McLean says, Ounce, I was back in the hospital because I had a very bad asthma attack, and the only thing keeping me breathing was muscles in the back. The doctor told me I was very lucky. I was fit and in shape, and I understand that. Champagne himself has suffered asthma in the past as well, and you're right. When you have a real bad asthma attack, you know, you can get pain in the back out there because you're struggling to breathe out there. So, you know, I would recommend actually for asthmatics, not only strength training, but, you know, throw a little bit of cardio in there. Throw a little bit of cardio in there. You know, just a little bit out there, and it'll probably help you with your asthma as well. Not that strength training doesn't really engage cardio as well, because if you're lifting heavy duty weight out there, you're going to be breathing like no other and activating your heart. Mike Pfeiffer says the Elite FTS Safety Squat Bar has made a world of difference for me. Anyone that has shoulder pain when squatting, the SSB has made a huge difference. I've never heard about that. So is that how does that compare to an Olympic bar? Is it 45 pounds? Is it shaped differently? I have no idea. I've never heard of that one. I'm interested in knowing. Queen says the legs are your foundation. Indeed, Queens, you're right. It's the foundation. You're always on your legs. You want to have strong roots. You want to make your legs look like tree trunks out there and have strong roots, stay grounded on the ground. And me personally, I do squats without shoes on and deadlifts without shoes on. You know, I take off my shoes. I don't care what people say in the gym. I take my shoes off and I'm doing squats without shoes and deadlifts without shoes. And then I'll put the shoes back on when I'm doing overhead press and you know, the bench press or whatnot, the barbell row. But when I'm doing those leg exercises, which is squats and deadlifts, I'm definitely doing them without shoes on so that I'm feeling the ground as much as possible. Batman says Tyson Fury was named after Mike. He's a white guy. Okay, thanks for letting me know. I don't know about those fighters. So, you know, Champagne's not up on everything. So if I don't know about it, I'm going to be honest with you guys. I don't know. I mean, I'm going to check it out there, Revolutionists. I like watching fighters as well. It's definitely an inspiration. I mean, I was following the MMA for a while and doing in the past a few years ago and doing MMA style high intensity interval training out there, which is more cardio training type. And I felt good, but you know, I've never been stronger than when I started deciding to lift heavy weight, starting with this strong lift program. And right now, I mean, you know, powerlifting and overall power building, which is a combination of bodybuilding and powerlifting, is what I'm focused on. Right now, like I've said, my goal is to be as strong as can be. And for the midterm, I'm trying to hit that 1, 2, 3, 4 for reps. Rep out 1 plate overhead, rep out 2 plates on bench press, rep out 3 plates on squats, and rep out 4 plates on deadlifts. 1, 2, 3, 4. These are apparently from when I, you know, visit these forums out there, you know, things aside from crypto, you know, these lifters, these advanced power lifters, they say that should be your base. If you want to call yourself an intermediate strength trainer, you should have that 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. Champ, did you ever have problems with your shoulder? I struggle with impingement syndrome. Indeed. Yes, I've had shoulder surgery in the past out there. And that's why, you know, the overhead press is kind of my weaker exercise. And again, you know, when I say train heavy, I mean train heavy, but you know, once you start a program, make sure you start light, you know, progress to a heavy weight through time, but start light. You know, I use the standard 45-pound Olympic bar with a low par approach. It helps with the shoulder pain. Yeah, you know, obviously all these exercises that I'm talking about are with a standard 45-pound Olympic bar. And, you know, for some of you guys out there, you might just want to start with the bar alone and not have any weight. And at the beginning, if you're just a newbie, it's not about necessarily lifting the weight. It's more about training your nervous system to do the movement correctly, to have the proper form. So when you progress and you end up with weight on the bar, you don't get hurt out there. I don't want you guys trying to do 1, 2, 3, 4 and you haven't been in the gym for some time. You may get hurt out there. So start late. I mean, start light, excuse me. Mike Pfeiffer says, I love when you talk health and wealth here, bro. It's all about being healthy and prospering. That's why I love this channel, always spreading the positivity. Thank you. And that's exactly the message that I'm trying to get across. Mike, I'm glad that, you know, you've tuned into that. You don't catch Champagne talking about negative headlines, nor am I here to spread the FUD. I'm not tuned into the Bitcoin Cash quarrels and the people fighting back and forth. I don't care about that, guys. I'm going to be honest with you. Nor do you catch me much talking about politics and what's going on, because it's a lot of negativity on the media. Champagne's been working media for a long time, and the easy route is to go ahead and focus on negativity, because negativity spreads faster than positivity. So it's basically like fast food media. You know, it's garbage. It's, you know, it tastes good when you first eat it, but then you ingest it and you're going to become more of a loser, if you ask me. So, you know, stay positive, go the more difficult route with more, what's the word I'm looking for? Resistance. Okay. You don't want to go the path of least resistance. You want to go with a path of resistance out there. And as you push through the resistance, it's the resistance that makes you a stronger man out there. Indeed. Weight training makes you a man, says Hans. Exactly. You know, if you want to be a strong man, you got to be strong. You got to pull the weight. You got to eat meat out there. You gotta eat eggs out there, okay? Enough with the sugars and the baby bear diets out there. You need to eat meat. You need to drink milk. Well, maybe not need to, but you know, I've started drinking milk as of late, and I'll tell you, I'm getting stronger every day. D-Rock says, Champ, I tried the barefoot lifting, but the gyms I used in the past required shoes for health reasons. Yeah, I understand that. Got used to powerlifting shoes and used to it. Yeah, D-Rock, you know, I understand. You know, when I say I do it barefoot, I actually do it in socks. So I'll take off my shoes and I keep the socks on. So, you know, you don't have your stinky feet, you know, touching the floor. You're not sweating directly onto the floor, you know. But I, you know, understand that in some gyms they probably, you know, won't like that. My gym happens. No one's ever told me anything. So, you know, and, you know, I keep to myself and I try to put my shoes right back on after I do the exercise. So you don't catch me walking around the gym in my socks. But when I'm by the squat rack or when I'm doing my deadlifts, I slip off the shoes. So I'll warm up with my shoes on. And then once, you know, I get to my working weight, you'll see me, I'll slip the shoes off, stay in my socks, and, you know, I want to stay grounded out there. So, you know, if you can't do that, you may want to check out powerlifting shoes or just go for some Chuck Taylor, some Converse. Apparently, the Converse shoes are one of the most flat shoes, and they're, you know, keep you very close to the ground. So you see a lot of the power lifters, they lift in Converse. So, you know, you may want to check those out. You know, maybe you can get those instead. Batman says, correct form. Do body weight squats to get your form right. You're absolutely right, Batman. You want to make sure that you get your form right out there. So before you try to be a lifting maniac, a crypto maniac out there, you know, make sure that, you know, you're doing a correct form and you train your nervous system before you put that weight on the bar. A revolutionist says, a few months ago at a gym, a younger guy came to me for advice and tips, and the first thing I did was reduce his weight and explain the importance of technique. There you go. It's not about the ego out here. I mean, you know, everybody should have strength goals and make sure that you're lifting more, but on the path to reaching your goals, make sure you do it the right way. And indeed, some of you guys have too much weight on the bar. You should decrease your weight, deload, and make sure that you learn how to do the proper form before you go ahead and put more weight on the bar. So, you know, listen to Revolutionist. He's an intermediate lifter and he knows. D-Rock says, I've always seen power lifters use Chucks, barefoot, or power shoes. Never use Air Max for squats. Not a good idea. Right. Yeah. You know, the Adidas, or the Air Maxes, the regular sneakers that, you know, may look good fashionably, probably are not the best to weight train in. So you want to go ahead and, you know, take off your shoes or use the Chucks, the Chuck Taylors there from Converse, the old classics out there. Barefoot or power shoes. I've never used powerlifting shoes, and my understanding is the powerlifting shoes take a little bit of time to break in. I don't know. I've never used them, so I don't know. Mike Piper says, I want to lift barefoot so bad, but we got a lot of scorpions. They always are coming into the garage gym trying to get swole too. All right. You know, like I said, I don't necessarily do it barefoot, but you can even see, you know, half of Larry's feet here. He's doing these deadlifts in just socks. You can see Larry Wheels. Check him out. A 23-year-old power builder that's like no other. And he trains in his socks. So that's basically what I do. So, you know, I'm not buying any more shoes or anything. I just train in my socks. And then I put my shoes right back on when I do my overhead press and my bench press. Wonug Snowmaid, I don't know how you pronounce that, says, Champ, what's your favorite weed strain? You know, that's off topic, but this is an open discussion. You know, the sativas are nice for the daytime. You know, they keep you more awake. But you know, if you're more of an intermediate to advanced, you know, cannabis connoisseur, you know, the indicas, the OGs are probably more favorable. But again, they're a little bit stronger. D-Rock says, okay, we already read that one. Mike Piper says, I want to lift barefoot so bad, and we already read that one as well. So yeah, if you're just tuning in, it's the General Self-Improvement Chat. We're going to be doing one of these chats per week. This week, we're going to do two. I'm making up last week's General Self-Improvement Chat that we missed on Friday. So, you know, we're making it up today, and we'll do another one on Friday. This is an open discussion. So if you want to ask other things that are a little off topic, you know, like this gentleman just asked about the weed strain, you know, I don't really talk about cannabis or stuff like that, but you know, this is an open discussion. So, you know, I'm open to it. You know, I want to rock with you guys. Hans says, sniff some ammonia before you start. And, you know, that sounds kind of wild, but you're right. Yeah, that, Larry does the ammonia salts. It's the same salts that, you know, that would, the paramedics or somebody will give you if you pass out. And some of these guys, before they lift heavy weights, they crack open some ammonia salts, they sniff them, and they catch a quick, they wake up fast and they go straight to pull the bar. I've never done that before, and I don't know if that's a health hazard or not. I have no idea, but I've seen people do that. Definitely seen people do that. And this is actually something I want to show you guys. I don't think that this girl does sniff the salts, but maybe D-Rock would want to show his girl this. And this is a power lifter that I came across. This is a 21-year-old power lifter named Amanda Lawrence. Maybe you guys have came across her on Instagram. And I'll tell you guys, she's 21. She weighs 185 pounds. Okay, and she is making me feel like a baby bear cub out there. And all you guys out there should look at this girl and feel bad about your lifting, including myself. So I'm going to show you guys. This girl here is motivating me like Larry Wheel does. And check this out, guys. She's on Instagram. You can check her out over here. Check her out lifting, deadlifting 6 plates out here. So let me show you 6 wheels out here. This is 585 pounds. Here's some motivation. Boom. Shout out to Amanda Lawrence out there. She's 21 and she's a professional power lifter, putting champagne and about most of the boomers here to shame out there. And you can see that she does all the compound workouts. She weighs 185 pounds and she's 21 years old, and she's stronger than most men that I've ever lifted with. She's, you know, top tier athlete. You can see her here squatting 560 pounds. Check her out.
Let's go. Come on. Get up. Stand up. Yeah. Yes.
560. The form was a little off there, but that's a, you know, 1 rep max out there. Derek says, why are her legs so far apart there on the deadlift? There's 2 different ways to deadlift. You could do what's called a sumo squat, sumo deadlift, where you stand really far. You know, you spread your legs wide. Sumo deadlift, or just a conventional deadlift, which is more like how Larry does it. And either way is acceptable. I like to do conventional deadlift. And you can see that she does conventional deadlifts. During a competition, you could do either or. So some people, you know, are more effective doing a sumo stance than they are a conventional stance. So it's just 2 different techniques. Wonung, I'm sorry if I'm mispronouncing your name. Wonung Snowmaid says he feels ashamed. Well, I do too out there. So you guys should be feeling ashamed out here. Check out Amanda Lawrence. I've showed you guys Larry Wheels, the 23-year-old power builder. I wanted to show you this, you know, 21-year-old female that's showing all of us up, because I'm guaranteed most of the guys here are not lifting anywhere close to this. Derek McLean says his muscles are pumped with HGH and he may look buff. His body's not healthy. Larry's on steroids. Yeah, I mean, that's an obvious out there, Derek. And he actually talks about that, Derek, you know, his steroid use. He you know, had a whole video about it. And, you know, if you want to tune in, that's a given. That's a given. I'm not necessarily talking about his health, nor do I promote any performance enhancements drugs out here. We joke about them and stuff, but Champagne doesn't use them. But if you are, you know, that's up to you. That's your prerogative. I'm not here to pass judgment on anybody that decides to do their thing. The bottom line is, whether you're using steroids or not, you're not going to be lifting like Larry Wheels. You got to go ahead and show up to bat. D-Rock says, I'll show her, champ, but she's definitely worried about getting bulky. Definitely inspirational. Yeah, I mean, Amanda, this power lifter, she's a little bit bulky. She weighs 185. But, you know, she still has somewhat of a feminine look as compared to some other power lifters. And again, you know, this is not a goal that everybody's trying to reach. And I'm sure most women don't want to, you know, pull that much weight. But, you know, just as a 21-year-old lifting more than most grown men out there, it's inspiration for me. Not that you know, it's just, I see things like that and I say, you know, wow, I wish I could lift that weight, because the truth is I'm not deadlifting 6 plates. That's the bottom line here. Revolutionist says strong women that work out like those CrossFit ladies drive me crazy out there. I guess that means crazy in a good way. So shout out to you. Shout out to Boss Lady out there. Shout out to Boss Lady. You made it here. Let me throw a sniper for Boss Lady, one of our crypto chicks. Boss Lady, you're back in the gym. I told you, you let us know last time that you were doing 2-a-days at one point, and perhaps you're going to get back in the gym. Let us motivate you out there, Boss Lady. And Wohung Snowmad says, will you short any stocks? Nah, Champagne's not into the stocks. I'll keep it 1,000 with you. Right now, I'm not focused into the stocks. I'm not doing any research on them. I have in the past, but I'm not active as of late. So since I'm not active, I don't have enough information to go long or short on stocks right now. So no. If you're just tuning in, this is our second live stream of the day, a general self-improvement chat. We've been talking about strength goals, my personal strength goals, the 1, 2, 3, 4, one plate overhead press, 2 plate bench press, 3 plate deadlift, and 3 plate squat and 4 plate deadlift. Let me repeat that if you didn't hear me clearly. 1 plate overhead, 2 plate bench press, 3 plate squat, and 4 plate deadlift. Hit some of those goals already, but I want to rep out on every single barbell compound movement and hit those goals for reps. D-Rock says, I stay away from CrossFit too. Too many friends have had their neck and shoulder issues from it. Bad form with high reps. They just want the bodies in the gym. That's true. You know, what I do like about CrossFit is that they focus on some of the compound exercises. But when it comes to the clean and jerk and a little bit too much high rep and too high intensity, I think that for some newbies, it could be dangerous and they could get hurt out there. So, you know, I much rather do a program like Strong Lifts, and I keep talking about it. This is where it is. Let me show you guys. This is the website. You go ahead to this website and just go exercises, and you could see, no, actually workout planner, is it? Or training, that's where it is. You click on training. Oh, they changed the website. Let me see here. There it is. So you scroll all the way down. It says click to access his Strong Lift program and read through this. This is the table of contents. This is basically a book that he has online. Everything here is free. You don't have to pay anything. You don't have to put your email. Read this whole thing. If you're really interested in becoming stronger, read this. And, you know, that's what it is. Hans says, lifting weights for some years in a row changes your body and skeleton for the long term. Doesn't need to be heavy weights all the time. And that's probably true, Hans. That's probably true. It doesn't have to be heavy weights all the time, but heavy weights do, you know, the strength training do, you know, the heavy weight does help. And so many people are probably not training heavy, and they're doing 15 reps, 10 reps, and, you know, more of a hypertrophy program. And while they may be good for bodybuilding, it's definitely not optimal for strength training. And in this context, me personally, my goals right now are strength. You know, aesthetically, you know, I lost the weight already, and I'm not so much focused on bodybuilding, more powerlifting. So it's what's called a power building, I guess is what people are calling it now online. So, you know, that's what I'm focused on. But you're right there, Hans. You don't always have to lift heavy. There's all, you know, different stuff. You could do push-ups, you could do pull-ups and other things as well. You could stay healthy and be in shape like that. All right, guys, we've been streaming for 38 minutes, and I think that's enough for today. Drop a comment or a question out there. You know, take a few more comments and questions before I tune out. Shout out again to D-Rock, Hans, Wonung, I'm sorry if I'm mispronouncing that, Derek, Revolutionist, Boss Lady, Mike Pfeiffer, and the rest of the boomers out there, guys. I have these things linked down below that I shared, and check out Amanda Lawrence there on Instagram. I mean, there's very few young ladies that motivate me to work out and lift more. You know, it's, you know, most of the boomers here are men, and you know, it's very, you know, few and far in between when we see a female out here that shows us up. So we got to shout out the ladies out there. So, you know, that's what it is. Check her out, Amanda. I'll show you guys one more lift before we tune out. So we showed you her 6 plate deadlift. Even on the bench, she's showing up. Most women, they don't bench heavy. So look at her benching 2 plates. It's 265 for a single.
it. Come on, keep going, keep going, keep going.
There you go. Thank you again to D-Rock, Hans, and the rest of the boomers. If there's no more comments and questions, I'm out of here, boomers. It's the voice of the blockchain here, Satoshi's biggest cousin, cryptography's finest. Go to the gym, stay healthy out there. I'll be back tomorrow with our regularly scheduled crypto live stream in the morning, every morning. Catch champagne. Make sure you're subscribing to the channel and check me out in the morning, because chances are you won't get your post notifications out there. Revolutionist says, what is the one thing that you want your cryptos to buy you? That's a great question out there, Revolutionist. I think that at the end of the day, you know, I think, you know, owning a home free and clear is probably something that most people would agree with out there. Let me know. Actually, that's a great question. How about yourself out there, Revolutionist? As we're tuning out, Revolutionist has a nice question. That's off topic from strength goals, but this is the crypto channel, so why not? We take a question out here. What do you guys want your cryptos to buy you? Revolutionist says for him it's a castle to keep the funny bunnies out. There you go. You've mentioned that before. Revolutionist says it's a castle. And I know out there in the United Kingdom there's some castles for sale that are, you know, affordable. I don't know, you know, to some people's standards. I don't, you know, I've heard about it. I don't know much about it. They don't have many castles. I don't think they have any castles in the States. But, you know, castles, homes, properties, you know, owning a home free and clear that you can call your own is something that I think that most people would agree on. All right, guys, if there's no other comments and questions, I'll give it a few more seconds. I always enjoy your comments and questions. I'll go ahead and tune out, but everything's linked down below. Yeah, I want a real castle around 500,000 pounds upwards. Yeah, so that's not that expensive. It's still less than $1 million, so that's what it is. Yeah, okay. Let us know. Hopefully you can get that, Revolutionist, and you can share it with us one day. D-Rock says, land for my whole crypto fam. Want to hit the lottery with crypto. Maybe one day. Shout out to you. Perhaps one day. If I believe that I think we'll reach our goals. We'll reach our strength goals. We'll reach our crypto goals. But we got to stay focused, and we got to weather these storms, especially these times when things are so low and there's so many trolls out there, negativity. You know, you got to be strong during these times. Yes, man, we all need our own land. Exactly. Yeah, I think we would all agree upon that. You know, some people say Lambos and all this stuff. I mean, Champagne's not into that. You know, it's cool. I mean, I wouldn't mind, you know, have a nice car like that, but not something I'm particularly interested in. Some other people's like, you know, jewelry or whatnot, but, you know, it's cool. I would like to get a Rolex maybe one day, but not before getting some land out there. All right, guys. Shout out to the Revolutionist, D-Rock, Hans, Wo-Nung, Derek, and the rest of the boomers out there. Check me out tomorrow, guys. I'll be back with you guys, rocking with the best of them. It's the voice of the blockchain here, Satoshi's biggest cousin, cryptography's finest, Champagne Crypto. Thanks for tuning in.